Hey guys, it's Melissa here from melissaoatman.com. Welcome to Awaken Your Inner Awesomeness, a daily podcast devoted to spirituality and self-help. If you're new, I want to welcome you. If you're returning, welcome back. So today I wanted to talk to you about having a closed heart chakra. So this is a topic that probably a lot of people are dealing with. I know for me, one of the things that comes up all the time, anytime I want to go have a reading, is you need to work on your heart chakra. You need to open up your heart chakra. And I understand why that was always a message for me, because what happens is that when we become hurt, we put up walls. And when you've been hurt a lot in your life, you end up putting a lot of armor around that heart chakra. So what happens is that people can't get through to you because you're afraid to open yourself up. You're afraid you'll get hurt once again. And when you have off a closed heart chakra, you aren't emotionally available to those who want to love you. And I was talking about this with a client of mine not too long ago, but a lot of things happen to us. Our parents, when we're younger, can sometimes be emotionally unavailable to us. And I don't believe that it's because they just didn't want to give us love. I believe that we take things sometimes on as children when our parents are busy and, you want to say, hey, Mom, can you go play with me? Dad, can you go throw the ball with me? And they say, not right now, I can't, I'm busy. Life gets really busy. And I think a lot of times, and I definitely was guilty of this with my own children, you get so busy and sometimes you just need a moment just to yourself. Sometimes our children can take that as we don't have time for them. We're not being emotionally available to them. When we're so busy, we don't have time to spend some quality time with them. And I think in turn, we sometimes as children will internalize things and we think of it as our parents, not that they don't love us, but just, we can be, for me, I always felt it as like a burden to my parents. And I know they didn't see me as that, but that's how I felt. So there's a lot of emotion there for me where I at one time would be drawn to people who were not emotionally available. And I would do that. I had that same pattern over and over again. It's like, why am I constantly attracting people? And it would be through different situations. It wasn't even always the same situation. Like one person just came out of a marriage and wasn't ready for anything. One other person had other commitments with work and that and just didn't have time. But I kept attracting these guys who were emotionally unavailable. And it was because I had closed off my heart chakra because I was afraid of getting hurt. If you only date people who can only give you so much, you can't get too deep in a relationship and you can't get deep enough that they'll hurt you badly. That's kind of what I felt. And when I had, my first marriage and it was so bad, I totally shut down. And so I was like a zombie. So if you can't feel anything, you can't hurt me. So that was not good. I had totally closed off my heart chakra. I had put up all of this armor around it. And I wasn't allowing people to really get to know the real me. I was a people pleaser. So I would do all these things for these people, except really let them into my inner circle. I did not share my innermost thoughts with these people or how I was really feeling. I didn't do that. And that's really what people crave from you. And even, in the one relationship that I had, the person said, well, I really just want to know who you are. Like, you don't really share your innermost thoughts. You kind of only go so far. And I never really thought about it until I started going through and doing all of the work for myself. And, and I thought, oh my gosh, really, he was right. I didn't let him in fully. Like I tried to be super nice and accommodating, but I didn't let him into my real world. I never shared my deepest, darkest thoughts with him or allowed him to see who I truly was. Because for me, my thought was, if he sees the real me, he's going to want to run away. He's not going to want to get to know me anymore if he sees who I really am. And the truth is, I think that actually the opposite might have happened. If I had actually just been who I was and it allowed him to see who I truly was, I think that vulnerability might have actually attracted him more than rejected him. But my ego was telling me, you can't let this person in. You can't be honest. You can't be your real self, because if he sees who you truly are, he's not going to like you. Because the truth was, I didn't like me. I didn't like who I was at the time. But I didn't even know that. I didn't know that I didn't like myself. I thought, I have a great career, I'm a good mom, and I'm really great at what I do, and I felt confident in myself on the outside. I projected this image to the world that I was just this full of confidence person who was a go-getter, and I took care of myself. But inside, the true me inside didn't like the person I was, because I didn't feel connected to anything really. I felt just sort of, like I was just going through the motions of life. And I just finally, after one relationship, had to say to myself, this cannot be all there is. There has to be more to life than this. You don't enjoy what you're currently doing, so you got to figure out why you're not happy. And it was when I started doing that deep emotional healing work that I realized, the thing is, I have run from my past for so long. I didn't want to look at it. I didn't want to do the work. And this relationship that I had held a mirror up to my face to show me, look, you've got some stuff you got to heal. It pointed out to me that I was not healed, that I had some shadows that I needed to face. And it was scary at first. I didn't want to look at that. I didn't want to look at my past. I didn't want to look at the things that I had done. I didn't want to look at who I was. But I had to. And when I started doing the healing work and looking at myself and finally realizing, you don't like you. You need to work on that. You need to love yourself. Why don't you love yourself? And it took going back and realizing that this was way back from my childhood. It's something that I brought with me. And it was a result of my environment and things that had happened that, again, I don't at all blame anyone else. But, we talk about we can be wounded as children as a result of other people. But it is totally our responsibility as adults to face it and to heal it. And so many adults don't do that. They just walk around and they want to blame their circumstances on everyone under the sun but themselves. And the truth is, yeah, it sucks if you had a bad childhood. And I get it. We, honestly, we can't help what happens to us when we're kids. But we absolutely can help how we change and heal ourselves as adults. I can't say this enough, that when you don't heal the stuff, you don't heal the inner wounding, you're going to walk around bleeding all over people who didn't cut you because you project those wounds onto other people. And that's not fair to anyone else. You're perpetuating a cycle of hurt because you're not choosing to do the one thing that would stop it and would actually stop it for future generations. You're not just healing yourself. You're healing your future generations. It's healing family DNA. When you choose to heal yourself, you take care of all of that. And when that mirror was held up to my face and I realized I didn't like what I saw, I had to start healing that. So I started doing the work. I did Reiki, I did meditations, I did forgiveness, I did tappings, I did all of that. But the one thing I knew I still needed to do was to open that heart chakra. And that's tough. If you've ever been hurt, your inclination is to roll into a ball like a porcupine, and then first time someone gets too close, those quills go out and you want to keep them away, keep them at distance. But you can't do that. If you don't ever let anyone in, you'll never truly experience unconditional love. And that's what we're here for. We are all here to learn about love in all of its forms. But if we're not opening up our heart space, if we're not letting anyone in, then we can't. So we need to work on opening that heart chakra. And as I was working with a client, the question came up like, well, how do we do that? There's so many ways that we can open up that heart space. I'm a big believer, as you know, in affirmations. I love doing them. I think they're so super helpful. So one of the things that I like to do is I like to say affirmations that help me to open up more to love. So I'm going to give you some right now that you can do. But you know what? I find a lot of my affirmations on Pinterest. I really do. But you can do a Google search. And honestly, the most important thing is to find the ones that resonate with you. When you hear it, when you see it, you look at it, you're like, oh, that's my truth. Then those are the ones you need to use. Because if you're using ones that you don't believe in, you're just like, yeah, I'm just saying this. It's not going to help you. You've got to find ones that really resonate with you. When you hear something and you're like, that is my truth, you feel it in your soul. You just feel it like, oh, I heard that and I knew that was my truth. And that's kind of how I pick all of my mantras. But if you want to heal the heart chakra, first of all, you have to love yourself and you have to be kind to yourself. Imagine treating yourself as you would treat others. We are so hard on ourselves sometimes. We're so much harder on ourselves than anyone else could ever be. And we have to learn to be kind to ourselves. We have to learn to love ourselves. If you don't like yourself, how do you expect others to like you? And remember that we're all energy. And so the energy that you're putting out there is what people see before they even see you. So you're putting out that energy of, I don't love myself, I'm not great, I'm not good enough, I don't have enough. Well, what is that going to do for people? It's going to repel them. But if we have this energy of, I'm a beautiful person, I'm so kind, caring, I love myself, I see the beauty in myself and others. I mean, that's a beautiful energy and people will see that. And I have people who tell me all the time now, and they never used to, but now people will say to me, you just have such beautiful energy. People I've never met on social media will reach out and just say, I love your energy. I love your, you just have such a good vibe. And there's a reason for that because I worked on it. I worked to get my vibe that way. I didn't always have a great vibe. I was a kind person, but that doesn't give you good energy. I was a kind person with really crappy energy. And I took the time to really work on it. And now people notice that and they will notice it in you too. So here's some affirmations that you can say to help heal that heart chakra. I am kind to myself. I allow love to fill me up and guide me in all of my actions. I am able to let go of the past, to forgive myself and others. I love myself and others fearlessly. And just keep saying those over to yourself throughout the day. Another thing that you can do is to envision your heart chakra getting brighter. Our energy chakras, if you do any chakra work at all, or you know anything about them, they're in certain parts of our body. The heart chakra is in the center of your chest, and it's supposed to be glowing this beautiful emerald color. But when it gets blocked, because we don't believe in ourselves, we don't love ourselves, that light gets dim. So we need to work on making our lights brighter. And so you can do this yourself anywhere. Just find a quiet place, get comfortable, take a few deep cleansing breaths in to start, and then visualize the center of your chest glowing a beautiful emerald color. And the more you inhale and exhale, the brighter that light gets. It just gets brighter and brighter and brighter. And just sit there and do that a few times a week. Envision that heart space opening up, getting brighter. And another thing I like to do too is I ask Archangel Michael to come in with his sword of healing light and to cut free any armor that I may have placed around my heart to protect it. I have to tell myself that it's safe for me to love because I've been hurt a lot. But I know that when I attract the right one in, it's not going to hurt. Love isn't supposed to be painful. It's supposed to be a beautiful thing. And when you work with someone, yes, we're both human, so we may make mistakes, we may accidentally hurt one another, but when we work together, it's not a painful thing. We're working through things. It should be a beautiful, loving thing. So tell yourself, I am lovable. I deserve love. I believe I can love and be loved deeply without conditions. I radiate this loving, kind, and peaceful state of being with every breath I take. You have to feel that you are worthy and deserving of love, and you are. Everyone is. And there's nothing that you could have done in your life that makes you not worthy of love. It doesn't matter what mistakes you made. Believe me, I've made plenty of mistakes in my life. But I also know that those mistakes were just helping to shape me to be the person that I am today. And I never regret one thing. I don't, because I know I had to go through what I did to get to where I am now. Sometimes we have to go through the crap to get to the beautiful part of life. Think about a lotus blossom, right? It has to get through so much stuff on the top to blossom. But when it does, it's beautiful. And you're the same way. You have to go through all of it, but when you get there, it's going to be a beautiful thing for you. And I would much rather have a difficult first part of my life and be able to enjoy the second part of my life in beauty and peace. So I'm okay with having had to go through what I've gone through. I think it's shaped me to be the person I am. So I love it. And I always, too, say that I am attracting unconditional love, abundance, high vibrational experiences, and sacred connections. Because I am. Every day I attract unconditional love. And that's what it's all about, is experiencing love in its purest forms. I'm a big proponent of visualization too. I've been working with that a lot more lately, and I have been seeing some amazing results with that. So I like to visualize what I want to see in my life. So I visualize a loving partner coming in, bringing me flowers, holding my hand, being supportive, telling me and showing me how much they love and appreciate me. And I know that that's going to come in for me, and I'm super excited about it. But it's a process, guys. We have to work on this every single day. We do. I have to work on opening my heart chakra even more every day, and it's something that I have to do. And one of the ways you can also open that heart chakra is by giving to others, being of service to others. It really helps you to open that heart, to attract. You know, when you work on your energy, you're calling things to you naturally. We don't ever have to chase anything. We don't. When we are in alignment with our highest selves, we are attracting all of the things that we want in life to us. And it is absolutely possible to manifest and attract what you want in life. But you have to believe you deserve it and that you're worthy of it. You have to be thankful for it. You have to know it's coming. And you have to be able to visualize what you want to see. Get very clear about what you want. And I'm not talking about physical characteristics in a person, because I'm not going to limit what I think the universe might bring me. But I'm talking about the type of person you want, like someone who's loving, someone who's loyal, someone who's kind, someone who's supportive. What kind of person do you want? I think that's interesting, because a lot of people they say to themselves, oh, I want a soulmate. I want someone to spend the rest of my life with. And then I'll say to them, okay, what do you want in your soulmate? And they'll say, I don't know. So you're asking the universe for all of these things, but then you're not very clear about what you want. And I would get very clear about what it is you want in a soulmate. Do you want someone, and again, not physical characteristics, but do you want someone who's a workaholic? Probably not. You want someone who's balanced emotionally. You want someone who's able to give and receive love openly and freely. Someone who will give and take 50-50 equally with you. So just get clear on what it is you want and visualize it and know that you deserve it and that it's coming. And work on opening that heart chakra if you need to. I mean, anyone could feel like life has been rough and just shut down. And I understand why people do that. I did that for a while. But you're just going to stay stuck and live a life of misery. It's time to open that heart chakra. And even if you're in relationships, if you're already married or you're in a relationship, you can make that relationship even more loving by opening that heart chakra more. Your partner deserves a loving partner, as do you. So working on opening that heart chakra is only going to make that relationship better. So you can use the mantras, you can help other people, that helps you. See the good in others and know that when you're happy, your happiness is actually blessing others and healing the world. All right, guys, well, I wanted to pull a card for you. This card is from my Divine Whispers deck, and it is Heal Your Past. There are issues from your past that are affecting your current life right now. The universe is asking you to heal your past. If we don't heal from our past, we will bleed on people who didn't cut us. You have to heal those old emotional wounds if you truly wish to move forward, free from emotional baggage. When we carry old wounds, the effect can spill over into current relationships. When you choose to heal your past, you are not only helping free yourself from old burdens, you are also healing generations of family wounds. You are totally recoding your family's DNA. Allow yourself to let the hurt go. Hurt is too heavy to carry. Heal yourself and break free from the chains of your past today. Here's a healing prayer. So if you want to do this prayer, you can either just close your eyes and listen, or you can repeat it in your mind or out loud with me. It's a prayer to Archangel Michael and Archangel Uriel. Archangel Michael helps free us from things that no longer serve us, and Archangel Uriel helps us to heal emotional wounds. Dear Archangels Michael and Uriel, the emotional wounds of my past are affecting my life today. Please help me to heal these old wounds so that I may move forward in my life free from emotional baggage. I ask you to cut the energetic cords to any people, situations, or problems from my past. Allow me to feel lighter and freer. Thank you for helping me heal today. Amen. All right, guys, I want to thank you as always for joining me. If you like this podcast, please subscribe. Please leave a review for me on iTunes. Leave me some stars, or if you want to write a review, that would be amazing, or from wherever you're listening. I want to thank you so much to those of you who have already done that. If you'd like to share my podcast on your social media, that would be amazing, and I would thank you so much for doing that. My mission here is to help as many people heal as possible, and you are definitely helping me to do that, so thank you so much. Don't forget to follow me on social media. I go live on Facebook Mondays at 5:30 Central, and I do a free card reading. Also on Instagram, I upload videos where I do readings to IGTV, so check me out on those social media sites. If you go to my website, you will see all the services I offer. You can book a session with me. I offer readings, Reiki, coaching, past life regressions. And right now, for the month of January, I am offering 30% off on my coaching on all the sessions and packages. I want to help as many people in January start off 2020 on the right foot. So don't miss out on that great opportunity to save some money on a great coaching package. I also have reviews on my website, so if you'd like to read what other people have said, don't hesitate to take a look. All of my pricing is on the website. I have availability right now. My availability changes when the seasons change. Right now, since I am teaching, I have availability weeknights from 4 to 7 Central and Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 2. So if you're looking to book with me, keep those times in mind. I would love to work with you. You can reach out to me, contact me either through text, phone, email, social media, it does not matter. And you can book a session. So when you want to book a session with me, go online, you can pay online, and then just email me so we can set up your time. We will meet through Zoom, which is an online meeting program, when we do your session. And if you have any questions, you can always reach out to me too to ask any questions. I want to thank you so much to all of those of you who have booked with me. I have had so many great, awesome coaching sessions this month. I'm very excited about all the progress people are making. I want to thank you guys for being a part of my soul tribe. I am sending you massive love and light. I hope you feel it. I hope you have so many blessings today. Open that heart and do something kind for others, and I will see you again soon. Bye, guys.